subject is given for my talk with you. You ask me, whatever we like you talk. But whatever I talk will be only what is useful to us, what is beneficial to our spiritual life. The first thing I want to refer to is Sri Ramakrishna started a mission, collecting all the first disciples, charging them, there is great work for you to do, and giving Swamiji the power to do that work. That's the beginning. From that time we have the Ramakrishna's mission. He has to give something to the world for which he came. He himself died physically, but he left a body of people which we call the Sangha, to preserve it, to enhance it, and to spread it. See the origin from that point of view. Great minds, very holy people, very intellectual people, they became a small group to culture and cultivate and spread Sri Ramakrishna's blessing to humanity. Then that group also died. Other groups came. Swamiji died, Maharaj died, Holy Mother died. But the Sangha goes on. How? New people come. In that group also died. Other groups came. Swamiji died, Maharaj died, Holy Mother died. But the Sangha goes on. How? New people come, inspired by this great mission, to continue this great work. From that point of view, we are now the third generation or fourth generation from that first generation. Nearly 100 years now. So you and I have come to the mission to understand that Ramakrishna's mission and to prepare ourselves to continue that mission. And Swamiji said, for 1500 years, this will continue to bless humanity. We must keep this background in view. People come and go, but the Sangha goes on. Ramakrishna's mission goes on. And we have the privilege to be part of that Sangha. How many people are there in our society? How few feel the call to study this mission and to join it. You had that blessed privilege to be called by Sri Ramakrishna. Not only you made effort, he also pulled you and brought you to the mission. Even from the Advaita point of view, this concept of a divine pull is very, very relevant. That shloka you read, Ishvara anugrahadeva pumsam advaita vasana. People get advaita vasana through Ishvara anugraha. Even in Advaita, that is mentioned there. So when you and I join here, we put forth an effort to pronounce the word. Sri Ramakrishna also pulls us a little. He also does his part to take us in. So we came in. Now we are preparing ourselves to be a worthy instrument of this Sangha, this great mission of Sri Ramakrishna. I tell people, when they ask me about these matters, I have no mission in life. My only mission is to carry out Sri Ramakrishna's mission. I have no personal mission in this world. So we must realize, Thakur has a mission. I am here to serve that cause. And we want to become worthy of it. It is this that is the biggest problem in an organization. The energy comes from the divine, passing through human beings, ordinary human beings. There it becomes diluted, even made dirty, even made weak. That's how it goes on. That we have to be alert that it doesn't become so. That the divine energy that has been put into the bed of nut to bless the whole world remains as pure, as fresh as possible. That entirely depends upon these coming generations of members. And we are all human beings, subject to weaknesses, subject to wrong samskaras, yet also inspired by some good samskara. So we have come. So we must constantly analyze ourselves. Are we remaining fit to carry on this message without any dilution? That is our responsibility to the mission and to our own life's objective. We have no other objective except to realize God, for which only we have come. Sangha work is a means to realize God and to do good to the world. And so we must constantly examine this position. In the world outside, an average young person rarely studies his or her mind. They study only the effect he or she makes on the world outside. The objective they study very often. The subject they ignore all the time. What has happened to your mind by the work that you did? What has happened to your attitude? This question they rarely ask. They should ask. They want to develop character. They must ask this question. But so far as we are concerned, this is a primary question. What has happened to me as a result of this work, as a result of this training? I must constantly ask this question. The subjective side. Is my mind pure? Is it fit to carry Thakur's ideas? Is it unselfish, free from pettiness and smallness? How can he be the instrument of a great message when my mind is petty and small? Now, so many petty minds are there, and petty minds cannot carry great ideas. Remember that word. Unless the mind is big, it can never be the instrument of great ideas. If it is petty and small, it will remain petty and small, and the idea also will be made petty and small. In English, there is a famous saying, great moments and little minds will go together. Great moments and little minds cannot go together. It is a wonderful idea. If ours is a great moment, our mind must be great. Simple truth it is. If Ramakrishna's mission is great, we who carry that mission must also be great. If we are small, we ruin it. And generation after generation, it gets ruined. By 300, 400, 500 years, it becomes weak. It becomes diluted. It gets lost. We want to keep it 1500 years. It will be lost sometime because it's the nature of the propagation of ideas to the world. Like Swami saying, when the rain falls from the sky, it is pure, clean water. Passing through the atmosphere and the earth, it develops all sorts of impurity. So the great mission of the Master is pure. Passing through a few generations of human minds, it becomes diluted. Our object is to keep it as long as possible free from dilution. Let's say all this training and other things, daily meditation, jivam, all this is meant for that. We are the instruments. Let the instrument not destroy the message. And one such way to destroy it is to make the mind petty and small. Big ideas can be carried on only by big minds. Let your minds and hearts be big. It's a big statement in the Mahabharata. Kunti telling Yudhishthira. Very beautiful passage in the Mahabharata. When, after 36 years of court life, after the war, Dhritarashtra, Gandhari, Kunti, and Vidura decided to renounce the capital with all its joys, with all its cocktail parties. What is called civilized life is called cocktail parties. Day after day. Enough cocktail party. Let us go to the forest, think of God and die away. That decision they took. Kunti also was part of it. So, a big scene in Hastinapura at that time. Big excitement. These old people are going away. They are going to the forest. So people came, wept, and the Pandavas told Kunti, please don't go. Let us serve you here. Like that. But she was firm. I'm going. So one by one they made pronouns to her. Last came Yudhishthira, the king, the elder son. She blessed Yudhishthira and gave this utterance. Mahabharata you will read here. Nivattasva Kurushrestha Bhimasenadhidisvaha Dharmete Thiyaram Buddhi Manaste Mahadastucha. Beautiful passage. Go back, O Kurushrestha, along with Bhima, Arjuna and others. Go to the city, rule the kingdom. That is your work. You are not to follow me. I am going to the forest. But Nivartasva Kurushrestha Bhimasenadhidisvaha. Then Dharmete Thiyatam Buddhi. Let your buddhi be well established in dharma. What is right, what is just, what is moral. Dharmete Dhiyatam Buddhi. And the last one is Manaste Mahadastucha. Let your heart be big. Not a small heart, but a big heart. You want to rule a big India, you must be big yourself. Greatness of India and pettiness of India's rulers cannot go together. They must also be big. Now there is a very great verse. I often quote it when I speak to politicians, administrators, etc. That if you want this country to be great, you must be great. You are the instrument. Manaste Mahadastucha. Let it be big, said Andy. It is much more true with us in this limited moment. India is a big administration, thousands of people are there. We are a few. But we are carrying a precious treasure, Ramakrishna's blessing to humanity. And Ramakrishna got Holy Mother as a companion for doing the great work, and Vivekananda as mother. These three, more importantly, other disciples also along with it, they cultured the message meant for all, not for one group of people, the whole world, and left it to the coming generation. We saw in the Revered days, young disciples joining, Swami Siddhananda, Swami, what we call Cultivating Maharaj, all of them joining. That generation passed away. Then Maharaj Swami and others came. That generation passed away. The present generation is there. You are the new generation coming. They are all coming. This is the day of a great moment. But every time our effort is to make that message pure. Keep it pure and clear. How? By we becoming pure, clear, and thoroughly dedicated to the cause. Then the movement remains wonderful. And during several of these monks' conference meetings, I have said, the most progressive ideology in the world today is the Ramakrishna Vivekananda ideology. Communist and any other ideology, not one of them is so progressive as this ideology. Only we have to express it in its true form to make it truly progressive. We respect every human being. We want every man to be dignified, nobody to be humble. All these are great ideas coming from Vedanta. Sri Ramakrishna also stressed this point when he said every jiva is Shiva. What a great dignity comes to every human being. The very Shiva is inside this individual. Now we have got a progressive ideology. Our mind must be progressive. Then only that ideology will function. As I say about India, we have a democracy, but many people who are running it as ministers, officials, etc., they are feudal-minded. Just a feudal mind. How can a feudal mind run a democratic society? That's why they are suffering. Real democratic attitude is not there. It is only coming very slowly. In our case, it is the same. We come from various backgrounds. We carry all those kacharas in our minds, with all the limitations, even caste consciousness, untouchability, many things we carry. We try to remove some of them, but many of them are lodged so deep that it is difficult to be the instrument of this most progressive ideology. Just human. We respect every human being. We respect every living being. We see the spark of the divine there. That's the loftiest attitude we can have regarding this world. So we are not up to the mark. We have to study our mind. The young people in the university, they do not do so. They also should do so. But in our case, it is an absolute necessity. Is my mind fit to carry this tremendous message? We must ask that question. Is there any lurking feudal ideas, any lurking spirit of untouchability? These things we must ask the mind and say, no, all washed out, completely gone. That is why I prepare my mind to be the instrument of this great message. Similarly, steadiness of mind. We need a large heart mind, very big mind, nothing petty, nothing small. This way, I try to cleanse my inner life of all that is limited, all that is harmful, to make it fitter to carry this great message. This is a real education. Training the mind is real education, Swami would say, not reading some textbooks. I committed to memory the whole of Vedanta Sara. What does it matter? Book is there or it is here. Whether it is here or there, it is just the same. They say in English, the spoon doesn't know the taste of the soup. The spoon tastes the soup, put it in the mouth. But the spoon itself doesn't know the taste of it. Similarly, as Yaska in Nirutta has said, Bharahari, you are only carrying a load of book without knowing the meaning of what is contained in the book. That should not be, he said. So in our case also, we have to study this mind and make it fitter and fitter to be the instrument of carrying on Sri Ramakrishna's mission, so that it will not be deteriorating generation by generation. We keep it steady. Even the next generation will make it better still, better still. In this way, a new attitude must come. We got inheritance this way. We cultured it this way. We passed on the same thing to the next generation, clean and pure. That must be our effort and endeavor. Remember, this is called sadhana. There is no separate sadhana. Going to Rishikesh and doing like this, there is no separate sadhana. Our every minute is sadhana from that point of view. Am I fit to be Thakur's instrument? Am I worthy of him? This attitude is the biggest sadhana that we can have. So that deals with the mind. It is the mind that is good or bad. It is the mind that makes you free or bound. That is a famous sloka in all our Shastras. Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayoho. Mind alone is the cause of bondage or liberation for man. If it is subject to the sensory organs, it is impure. If it is free from that slavery, it is free. It is progressive. So the mind has to be studied. Very rarely people study the mind like this. They are busy finding faults with other people, quarreling with other people, doing intrigues and all sorts of gossiping. But have you spent some time to see whether the mind is fit? Does it remain clean? Does it remain big to carry this message? If you do so, you shall be absolutely fine instruments for this great work. I do a lot of work, I do a lot of going about, but I never forget to ask my mind, are you fit to be Thakur's instrument, to make it fit and fine? This constant emphasis is needed for us. When I speak to students in college, there also I tell, you need to do this. Are you a citizen of India? Are you able to work for the good of the nation with all this knowledge that you gain, or patent yourself to get a job in Arab countries or America? That's all what you do. So this question I ask here also. That is also very essential. But in our case, it is absolutely essential because they are the instrument for clearing every other instrument. You see that? We from us will go the message to raise this nation, raise people in other parts of the world. Every day it is increasingly becoming clear that the Ramakrishna Vivekananda message is a universal message. Humanity seeks for it. They want it. Just now they have recognized our Canadian center in Toronto and sending a Swami there. So many requests are coming. Holland request has come. I've been working for 16 years in Holland. So many devotees, so many people are there, and they are very devoted. So Maharaj has promised to send the Swami to Holland. Next will come Germany. That's a big country, so many devoted people. Just now in Hyderabad, the host in Berlin. Several years I have been going there every time I stay with her. An old lady by name Mrs. Bush. She was with me in Hyderabad. I sent her to Kanyakumari now. What devotion! They translate books into German, publish them, all themselves spending their own money and sending money to us for traveling, etc. Now, this is going on all over. People want Vedanta, Ramakrishna, Vivekananda. What about India? In India also, day by day, Swamiji's message is ready. Ramakrishna Vivekananda Bhava Prachar is taking slowly command of the minds of the people. Within the next century, big things will happen. And even now, something great is happening. You may not know, so I am telling. Of course, you have read about Moscow. Scholars starting a Vivekananda Society in Moscow. That has come in the magazine also. And a new article in Soviet land, published from Moscow, to the daily Soviet land. There is an article by E.P. Chelishev. He is a good Hindi scholar, a good student of Vivekananda literature, whom I met in 61, first time. He refers to it. And then he had written a poem on Vivekananda. He had a picture of Swami in his room. I'm telling 1961, even in that period, Stalinist period also. So, that man has written this article, Vivekananda in Russia. There, beautiful ideas you will find there. I have given a copy to Cultivating Maharaj. Worth reading here publicly to all of you. Now, these ideas are spreading all over the Western world. But something great is happening in India. I want to tell you that here, no political party has taken special interest in Vivekananda, except RSS often refers to Vivekananda a little, that's all. But just now, a big thing has happened. The CPM in Calcutta in its own journal, Ganashakti, has written highly praising Vivekananda for the first time. It has never happened before. And that was published in a called Indian Herald. They quoted the words, Indian Herald published it, and I got a copy from somebody. So that is the first thing that is happening here. Vivekananda is highly praised by the CPM. It is the beginning. CPM is passing through a very hard time. Their godfathers are all gone. China, Russia, they have ceased to be communist. They have become almost like Western countries. That is the situation there. So they are in trouble. Now what about Kerala communists? There's a very powerful CPM in Kerala. So just January 12th, in their own daily called Deshabhimani, a big article, big size, written there, Children's Day. We have got so many children's clubs all over Kerala, science clubs and all that. This article says all the children of Kerala must be educated in Vivekananda's ideas. He will inspire them with strength and courage and love for man. No distinction between Hindu, Muslim, Christian. Vivekananda came to preach such a universal idea. Our children must be inspired with his ideas. Now all these things are written in big articles in Deshabhimani, and it's the first time. So you can expect in the coming decades more and more the communists deriving inspiration from Swamiji. Swamiji's universal ideas. That will be a big thing because communists are energetic people. When they take to Swamiji, they will take it with energy, not like goody-goody, our congressmen and all that do. So here is the possibility before you that Swamiji is becoming, what we say, Swami is the grandfather of the nation. Gandhiji is the father of the nation, and Vivekananda is the grandfather of the nation. He used to say. But it is coming like that. More and more people are taking to this. Subsidized edition, 25,000-30,000 sets are going. We alone sold in Hyderabad nearly 5,000 sets of complete works. And people are happy to get. Everybody rushes. Give on the set, give on the set. Like that. So books are going. People will read. Actually the mind will change. When you read great books, the mind will change. You cannot keep the same mind. So something great is happening in India and the world outside. Like you and I stand, we are the instruments of this great mission. We have to be fit as an instrument. If the instrument is not good, nothing can be done. So this training is not merely reading Ranganathananda and some other books, not at all. Training the mind. Putting it with the instrument of Sri Ramakrishna. Tremendous devotion, loyalty, great purity of life, spirit of renunciation. Our greatest asset is the spirit of renunciation. I don't need it. I don't need it. That is the attitude of renunciation. I can do with this little cloth, that is enough. I don't want anything more. Thakur himself threw away all people who went with money to him. Threw away. I don't want. I don't want. Now, Tyaga or renunciation is the greatest strength of a sannyasi, of a monastic movement. Ashramas will have money for the public service. Sadhus will have nothing. They will have their food, cloth, everything, whatever is needed, nothing more. So that renunciation is our greatest asset. Holy Mother said, the greatest teaching of Sri Ramakrishna is renunciation. Tyaga. The positive attitude. I don't need it. I don't hate it, but I don't need it. That I do. When I was in Delhi, many people said, why don't you have a car? I said, well, car, if I need, I will have. I don't need it. So many people are sending you a car. Taxis are also cheap. I don't need. Keeping a car is more costly. There's no need. Hyderabad, 14 years now. So many times people ask, why don't you have a car? But why? We are thinking in terms of dignity. The status of car. That is foolish. That is worldly attitude. We have no such status. With our poverty, we have got a very high status. People come towards us, the top people, because we are poor, because we have renunciation. If we are like them, nobody will come. You will have to run after them all the time. So I decided, no more. I can spend money on taxi. Even if you spend every day for all your work on taxi, it will be less than the amount that you spend to maintain a car. So renunciation has got a tremendous meaning. I don't need. I'm perfectly fine with this. Remember, we are living in a consumerist civilization. A civilization where everybody wants to consume more and more and more. That is the most dangerous civilization in which we are living. In that civilization, there is one movement which doesn't accept this consumerist idea. I live on very little. This is Swamiji's assessment of India's culture and Western culture. The West is trying to solve the problem on how much a man can live. The East is trying to solve the problem on how little we can live. See the difference? Swamiji has said it. We have to maintain that attitude. The West itself is suffering from that consumerist mania. So many sufferings are all entirely due to the consumerist philosophy under which they live. So we have to live our life. And in much mission must be the example. No consumerism here. We live the simplest life. Maintaining a sadhu must cost at the most 400, 500 rupees, taking all into account. Food, cloth, shelter, everything. Nothing more than that. And that is a very small amount to do because even a sweeper will get more than that. But to go beyond that, thousands of rupees spent on somebody for this and that, that attitude must go. That tendency must be arrested. Then only we get true renunciation. A simple life. Inside big, outside ordinary. That should be our aim. When I was a student, the teacher said in the class, in the high school, he says, as an English saying, the interesting saying it is, what do you call? What is that sentence? Live simple life, but think deep. Only like this. Plain living and high thinking. That sentence. My teacher told the class, boys, this must be our idea. Plain living and high thinking. My mind caught it. I don't think any other student ever caught it. It is a beautiful idea. Plain living and high thinking. When I read Thakur and Holy Mother, I found the same truth. Plain living and high thinking. Outwardly, the village woman. Inwardly, a tremendous personality. Thakur also, a rustic. Outwardly. Inwardly, infinite in scope. His inner life, that is our ideal. That is our ideal. Holy Mother and Thakur showed us what is called plain living, high thinking. And today's philosophy is high living and no thinking. You see? No thinking at all. Not even plain thinking. No thinking at all. So in that world, we are living at a new light. Remember that. We are in a world of darkness, a light. We carry that light with us. Light was lit by Sri Ramakrishna. This beautiful idea that what can compare with my infinite Atman, a particular possession or a particular item of luxury, can it compare with my own infinite nature? This is infinite in dimension, that is totally and small. That is the knowledge that must come. Atma Kama becomes Akama. Upanishad says, those whose desires are fixed on the Atman, they cease to have any other desires. Atma Kama, Apta Kama, Akama. Three words are used in the Upanishad. They are all true. You have to demonstrate the truth in your life. I am Atma Kama. Therefore, I am Apta Kama, fulfilled Kama, and Akama. I am not here for being external. This is the logic of that wonderful thinking. When you put it this way, the most modern Western mind accepts it. This is something wonderful. Because I know you are something supremely great within yourself. These petty things have no value for you. That knowledge will come to you. Saying, when I was coming from Burma, people are evacuating Rangoon, bombing going on, Japanese are behind. And so, everybody carried everything at home. Blankets and the beds and what you call, radio sets, everything. Carrying to take to India. After some distance, they find difficult to carry all this. So, radio is left behind. After some distance, blanket is left behind. Everything is left behind until the man comes simple dress to India. This is the most important thing to say. Not the blanket, not the thing. They are all secondary. The primary thing is yourself. So I say it on the road you could see costly things lying in the road in Burma. At that time you will realize that this is the most important center of value, not the possession that you have. They are all secondary. You throw them all away. You say this, that is the truth, you must live all the time. That is only in a crisis they realize it. Normal time they don't realize it. But they have to realize it all the time. This Atman within has no price. It is priceless. And in such a Atman, Atma Kamoham, Velagat. So, Atma Kamaklesha, Akamata. All external desires vanish, and there is Atma Kamatva. That truth we have to realize day by day. Use the word realization. In the correct sense, we have got very narrow idea of the concept of realization till now. Some little vision you get, something, that's called realization. Whatever may be your life, but that is not correct. It is a very limited concept of realization. People ask, have you realized? They have their own meaning for that. That meaning we don't accept. I have not realized, I still think so. But we have realized. Otherwise we won't be here in this monastic life. So the word realization must be understood in the correct sense. We have understood the infinite Atman within is priceless. Nothing can compare with that. If a man gives me something of value from the world, takes away my Atman from me, then I will be lost. My honor is superior to everything else. My infinite nature is the most important kind of my life. So in this way, we describe renunciation in positive terms, not renouncing this and that, but holding on to the one thing that is worth holding on to, infinite Atman, God that is hidden within you. When that is there, these things become secondary, tertiary, they have no particular value. That's what you sing, the arati, every evening there. Sampada Tava, Sripada Bhava, Gospada Vari Yathai. When you get a place at your holy feet, this world becomes like a mud puddle. It has no value for me as a place at your feet. What a beautiful idea. We have been reciting this day by day. I also recited it for years together. Only in 1946, I came to know the real significance of this line. When I came from Karachi to attend the monks' conference here, when the Swami said, you must give a lecture to the monks' conference people after the conference. So they arranged behind the kitchen, the Swami. That day I was speaking, whole conference was there. Then in the end I said, this particular line in the arati, I've been reciting for years together. Only recently I came to know the significance of that wonderful line. And I recited it. Sampada, Pavasripada, Bhava, Gospada Yathai. Bhava means samsara. All this beautiful wealth of samsara, they become Gospada. When I get a place at your holy feet. What a beautiful idea. This is what I said after the lecture. Swami Dayananda came and shook my hand. This modern American mind here. And I touched his feet. Oh, you speak not only good English but also correct English. He made a remark. I never knew this distinction between good English and correct English. For the first time I heard this remark. You speak good English and correct English, he said. That is how that meeting took place. I am telling, there are so many things to inspire us, to make us keep our mind on the straight path, to make it instrumental to carry status ideas. We must constantly handle it. That is training. That training, you don't need a training school for it. Wherever you are, in the ashrama, here, there, you will be always training your mind for this. When you are in the field of relief, also the training goes on. All the time this training goes on. How to fit the mind to Thakur's work, Thakur's ideas. That is the biggest training. If that takes place, Swamiji's expectations will be fulfilled. For 1500 years, nothing can spoil this moment. No luxury, no strife, no kind of sectarian quarrel will spoil this moment. It will remain straight and clean and pure. That should be our effort. This generation. When you pass away, you pass on to the next generation. A pure moment, clean moment, powerful moment. The world needs it. The world expects so much from you and me. Our status in the world is very high today. Wherever a Swami goes, what respect people give. Just imagine what Ranganathananda said in Moscow. We were sitting in a theatre, a Russian drama was going on. We were sitting all alone on a chair. There were 3 seats, but nobody else sat on it except we. Another woman was sitting far away, a Russian woman. She came to him closely. Are you connected with the Sri Ramakrishna movement? Yes, I am a member of the Ramakrishna movement. Oh, it is wonderful. We are all devoted to Ramakrishna. And we can't sit in the same chair where Ramakrishna Swami is sitting. So we will all sit far away. They sit like that. So far away, Russia, a strange woman making such a remark. What does it show? We are very ordinary people, but because we are connected with Thakur, our status goes up. Let us remember that. Our status today derives not from us, but from our association with Thakur. In the language of Thakur himself, zero has no value. But put one behind, zero has value. Take one away, zero is zero still. Today's sadhu, quarreling, fighting here. Suppose he leaves the mission. He will become 400 rupees clerkship he will get. That's all outside. Nothing more he will get there. No high respect he will get outside. Here, everything is high. So never forget that our essential self is Sri Ramakrishna. He is the self of ourself. That's the language in Vedanta. There is myself. There is the self of myself. That is my true identity. Never forget that. Then only we keep on the straight track. And we shall leave something richer for the next generation. This is our responsibility and privilege with respect to Sri Ramakrishna and his mission. This is a constant attitude. Meditation and japa you do occasionally, but this thing you do all the time. Keep the mind high. Keep the mind high. Whenever it goes down, keep it high. Keep it high. That struggle is called tapasya. Remember, tapasya doesn't mean standing in the hot sun. None of this meaning of tapasya. How to lift the mind to higher level when it tends to go down. That constant effort is tapasya. That's what the Gita says, and I quoted it probably during my last lecture. Vedaraga bhayakrodhaihi krodha manmaya mam upashritaha bahavo jnana tapasa pota madbhava magataha. Jnana tapasa pota. You become purified in the fear. Vedaraga bhayakrodha manmaya. Full of the thought of Thakur. Manmaya mam upashritaha. Depending upon Sri Ramakrishna. Bahavo. Thousands have realized the truth. How? Jnana tapasa pota. Purified by this tapas of jnana. Consider the meaning of that statement. Tapas of jnana. Tapas is mental tapas. Jnana means constantly lifting the mind when it has a tendency to go low. A selfish impulse comes. I becomes alert. No, there is no place here. Keep the mind up again. Some petty thought will come. No, keep it up again. That's called jnana. Constantly, jnana is working to take the mind up higher and higher all the time. To fit it, this is Ramakrishna's instrument. That is the beautiful meaning of that term. Jnana tapasa pota madbhava magataha. You come unto me. With this struggle, he will come unto me. That is our tapas. Constant tapas. meditation and japam, at stated times, they have disciplinary value. The essential value is keeping the mind in trim, in good condition, fit for a sadhu. Spirit of renunciation, love, mutual love and service, all that kind of attitude is to be a permanent feature of my mind. Then there is no problem at all. Then daily, so many meditations, so many japa may not be necessary, because we have achieved that stability of the mind at the feet of the divine, and along with my friendship with other brothers in the order. Then Sri Ramakrishna's song will become true to you and to me. Jaya Ganga Prabhasadi. I don't need all these things. And Santhyata Santhane Fere Kabu Santi Nahipai. Therefore that truth will come to you and to me when we do this thing. Mind is now kept steady by Jnana Tapas, always in the right direction. That's what we need. If the mind is kept okay, everything is okay. Shankara's Vivek Chudamani verse is of this truth, saying, Tanmanashodhanam karyam prayatnena mumukshuna. A mumukshu with great effort must try to discipline and purify his mind. That's the first line. Tanmanashodhanam karyam prayatnena, with great effort, 24 hours, mumukshuna. Vishuddhe sati chetasmin mukti karaphalayate. Soon as the mind is pure, mukti comes as a fruit in the palm of your hand. Mukti karaphalayate. That is all the work we have to do. This mind, which is always with us, which can pull us down, which can lift us up, this mind must be tackled. Keeping it healthy and pure, big in every sense of the term, then everything is alright. Whatever be your work, my life is to spend washing Thakur's vessels throughout my life. Doesn't matter. That will be a wonderful life, because the mind is beautiful, ever in touch with the divine. No status consciousness will come there. I have this status, I have that status, which people outside have. We should not develop that attitude here. We have no status. We are the humblest. We are the servant of all. What did Thakur do? While washing the latrine of the Parya in the Dakshineswara temple, Mother, make me the servant of all. Let not the feeling I am a superior man because I am a Brahmin ever come to my mind. Let me be the servant of all. Swamiji appreciated this very much. Twice he has mentioned in the My Master lecture, My Plan of Campaign lecture, this particular event. The whole of India can be galvanized when this incident of Thakur is widespread throughout India. The Brahmana is great because he is the servant of all, not because he exploits others. There cannot be a Brahmana. Thakur is that Brahmana. So, we also have Thakur before us. We are the servant of all. That is our greatness. Not boss, not superior. That's all worldly valuation. Here there is no boss or any such thing here. We do some work, you do some work. Some are capable of doing some work. I can't do a particular work. Somebody else cannot do the work I do. We just join together and run the show. That is all. There is no status in all this. Status you get in secretariat. I made fun that day when Swamiji came to call me. I said sometimes our brahmacharis are carried away by the concept of worldly status. Before training center, a brahmachari is LDC. After training he becomes UDC. What is this mysterious UDC? In secretariat use the language. Sir, I am a lower division clerk. That man, sir, I am an upper division clerk. What a tremendous change. So they have the status consciousness. Why should we take that thing here? Our whole status is, the day we left the order, our status is very high. Nothing can compare with the status that we are in. That must be driven into the mind and heart. Otherwise many evils will come. Arrogance and pride and this and that. All sorts of things will come when our status consciousness comes into the human mind. We should keep it away. The child of God has only one status. As Thakur would say, Bhaktir Jat Nahi. Jat means actually caste and class consciousness. Bhaktas have no such thing. You are a sadhu, I am a sadhu. You are 2 years younger to me, doesn't matter, but you are a sadhu. That is enough for me. We are one. There is no superiority, there is no inferiority. This concept, samatva, samadarshitva, must come because all are children of Sri Ramakrishna, all are blessed by Sri Ramakrishna's mission. So, this kind of training of the mind is the real training. With that mind we can do wonders. The whole world will come to us. We did not run after the world. I want to see that state come. A sadhu doesn't run after the world runs after the sadhu. That's the most beautiful idea. He has some possession, very, very precious one, far better than what they have. That attitude they will realize when they see a good sadhu. One Christian saint, I'm telling, 3rd or 4th century AD in Europe, he had a friend who was a magistrate. One day, a friend was telling this magistrate, I have got a lot of money. When I die, I want to pass on all this money to my friend, that saint. He told this magistrate. The magistrate reported the matter to this saint. And the saint smiled. And he said, what did he say? When I die, I will pass on all my money to the saint. Did he say like that? Yes, he said. But does he not know that I have died already before he died? He said. See that, what a beautiful sentence it is. I have died much before than he has died. What else is monastic life? Is death. Death to the world. Death to pleasure. Death to wealth. Death to power. We have died. I like that statement long ago I read. Even the book I forgot. But that thing remains constantly tingling in my mind. We are dead to the world. Alive to the spirit. Alive to God. What a beautiful conception. What spiritual energy will come out of the Sangha when this type of people increase in the Sangha. Keep that in view. Try to culture it. Radiate it to others also. Don't keep good ideas only to yourself. Radiate it to others. Very often I find in our society, even in our mission, bad ideas quickly spread. Good ideas have no energy to spread. Wicked ideas, bad ideas, rumors, and what you call paranindas, they spread quickly. But healthy ideas, very slow. You must change it. Healthy ideas must spread much more quickly. There must be energy behind you to spread it. That energy is character. That energy is conviction. What I hold is true. Then when you speak, it will spread quickly throughout the order. Within an ashrama, if one has some bad idea, you must be able to remove it by your conviction, by your strength. In this way, we try to work out that great purpose for which Thakur came in this modern age. Swamiji's lecture on My Master begins with this introduction. World needs a new adjustment at the spiritual plane, for which a wonderful man arose in India, and I had the privilege to be at his feet for years. I mean Ramakrishna. That is how he speaks in My Master. So, I wish you all that training. You pass through this training 2 years course, that's all right. But I wish you that training by which constantly you are training your mind to keep it fit and fine, pure. A brass vessel needs daily washing. Or Protapari told Thakur, the human mind needs that perfectly. Still it is made of gold. Once it is made of gold, there is no washing necessary. At present it is not made of gold. It is made of copper. We need it constant cleaning all the time. So I wish you that capacity to keep this copper vessel of the mind absolutely shining all the time. No stain shall be ever on it. Thank you. Namaskar.